Boom.
Live. Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven.
And I am Alec.
Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey. As I was, let me...
As you were, trying to feed yourself back to
Had
that.
some feedback there.
Okay.
No worries. Everything is squared away. All right, Alec. So first things first, while I verify that everything's squared away, what have you done in the world of whiskey?
This week in the world of whiskey, I haven't done a ton. I did go and actually, I got a bottle that you and I had not tried before. We'd seen it plenty of times, and I think we always had a little bit of speculation about it. That's the Jefferson small batch. So picked that up Monday and had a glass, and wasn't bad. Good evening, Nate. But it wasn't
good.
It was like $28, and for $28, there wasn't really much of a nose, but the palate was like very relaxed and chill, and it had like a little bit of like a nutty oak flavor. And then I know that like maybe it's just the whole idea that it was, they put it in barrels that they put on a boat and they rock back and forth, but it did almost have kind of like maybe a sea breeze kind of feel to it. So it was interesting, but that's my newest venture. How about you? And cheers, the Bev and Bob.
I don't think I've done anything, dude. I've just been like destroying these edits for the advent calendar. I've been doing so much editing. I've been trying not to drink every single day so I don't become an alcoholic. And that's pretty much about it. Like, I've just been killing bottles. That's been my like whole
not being an alcoholic
thing. Yeah. The only whiskey I've purchased recently, other than almost buying the Jefferson small batch, which I'm glad I didn't, because the one I thought you were talking about was the Jefferson's Reserve small batch. And that one's like 45. And I've heard way better things about that one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't get that. I mean, I'll try that out in a week when I'm over by your place. But yeah, not much has changed for me in the world of whiskey other than just editing a crap ton of videos for this advent calendar. Lots of work, man. Lots of work.
Yeah. Well, good. We're working out day by day, huh?
But yeah. So today, if you're just starting to tune in tonight, we're getting into a weird one for us. I don't think, have we ever done anything like this, Alec? Because I know I'll like eat something and then I'll drink, but I won't like try to pair things. I'll just be like, oh, well, I'm drinking this and I'm eating this, or like I'll eat one thing and then I'll just drink one thing. I don't necessarily try to mix those two things together. So have we ever done anything?
I've kind of like not intentionally, there's been times where I went out and had a nice dinner and had, a glass of, Woodford Reserve or a glass of, maybe like, I don't know, some other type of whiskey, and then had it with steak or with seafood or something like that. Like I said, never intentional.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'll pair a cigar with whiskey, but those are kind of going like hand in hand, and that's really, really good. Like that peanut butter whiskey, I'm bringing over cigars, and that peanut butter adventurous stills whiskey, the peanut butter porter one they had. Because that's a nice pairing with
I'm down for that.
Cigars. But yes,
and we'll definitely have to try a little bit of the Elijah Craig mixed with the eggnog, because that is still fire.
Okay. So today, whenever you're watching this, if you're watching the replay, we are going through pairing Christmas cookies, or well, cookies in general. I guess two of these are technically Christmas cookies because a sugar cookie is like a basic bitch Christmas cookie, and a gingerbread cookie is, and then
it's also pretty basic.
Yeah. But that's a gingerbread cookie is that's a holiday cookie. That's not like any other time kind of cookie.
Right.
And then chocolate chip cookies.
Well, and I don't know about your sugar cookies, but the sugar cookies I got, I'm going to show my plate actually right now. I got the Christmas tree sugar cookies. So for me, they are
Doughboy ones.
Oh yeah, I did. They're amazing. Gotta love it, dude.
I told you I store bought this.
That's fine.
I went to the store. I got some fries, sugar cookies. These are really good.
Is there anything on it?
No, it's just a sugar cookie, bro. It looks like a freaking Triscuit or like a little a Ritz cracker. Same thing with the chocolate chips. And then for the gingerbreads, they didn't have any gingerbreads, so I'll be doing the Gingerman Gingers. They're actually really good too. I dipped some in my coffee this morning because I was curious. And well, I work from this office area, so I was just like staring at them because I had them all laid out. And so I was like, they tasted pretty good with the coffee. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's the same thing as if you were to have like coffee cake with your coffee, or if you had like a donut with your coffee. Something sweet.
Yeah. So since we didn't plan very well and allocate bottles and all that jazz for this flight, we are kind of doing roughly random bottles. So typically we'll have the bottles together. This week we do not have that luxury, I guess. So
we have some of the same bottles together, though.
We have similaristic bottles. So 3 of these bottles we have in tandem, which is going to be 1792 small batch. Elijah Craig. I thought you were going to lead with the Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig small batch.
Elijah Craig small batch. I'll go with the next one. How about that? Rare breed rye.
And then you have the Anoa, whereas I finished that this weekend. Actually, I did do something. I finished my first peated scotch ever. And then I got the Ardbeg 10, which I'll be drinking. And then you're going to be drinking the Redbreast 12. And in change of that, I'll be drinking the Nika Japanese whiskey just because I don't have any Irish whiskey.
But I feel like that one is a good comparable whiskey. Not to say that Irish whiskey and Japanese whiskey are very alike, but that one specifically, I remember it having it had more of an Irish whiskey kind of flavoring in comparison to Scotch.
Alex, cheers.
Cheers. I'll fix that.
But yeah, so I'll be drinking the Nika instead of your Redbreast, and I'll be drinking the Ardbeg 10 instead of your Anoa. But the other ones we're going to go together with, and we're going to work, I'm thinking Nika, 1792, Elijah Craig, Rare Breed, Barrel Proof, and then Ardbeg at the end.
Agreed.
Since Scotch has got to be really dominant, and I kind of want to work our way up in like aggressive flavor profiles.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. Okay, wait. So run that through me again.
So we're gonna go Nika or Redbreast, 1792, Elijah Craig, Rare Breed, and then Ardbeg or Rare Breed Rye. Which I really wish you had more ryes. Because that's a fun one to play with ryes, but you only have the 101 rye, so I was like, I'd rather drink the Rare Breed rye.
Yeah, I do need to get some more ryes, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay, well then.
Costly.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to get to pouring my glasses.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and I'm thinking we should start off with sugar cookies and then work our way to, let's say, chocolate chip and then gingerbread for the last, since those are the holiday ones.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's a lot of Rare Breed. I heavily poured my Rare Breed. Was not intentional. Wink, wink.
What is everyone in chat drinking today?
Yeah.
So
put it down.
New people. Alex, first time showing up here. Definitely not the first time showing up in any whiskey tube stuff, though. I see him quite often.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah. And in honor of Mr. Whiskey Shits and Stall Everywhere Whiskey, which just all recently subscribed to us, I'll be drinking, to start off this, just on the side, some High West Double Rye Store Pick. They're doing their whole Advent calendar where they go through basically distilleries and they pour a favorite bottle or a bottle in memory of that from that distillery of this year.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, so today was their High West. I've been behind following them along, but I've been following
I appreciate Alex right now. He's got some Redbreast 21. I wish I had switched bottles with you, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, Redbreast 12, I think, so what, we've had limited Irish whiskey, but we said what Redbreast cash strength was our favorite one we've had so far.
Oh, yeah, easy.
So we only had that sample.
Yeah, if I could get a bottle of that on my hands, I would definitely do it.
I mean, you can.
You know.
I know where you are.
I didn't even go down the Irish whiskey aisle when I was at Total Wine on Monday. My bad.
I mean, they won't have anything. I want to get some of the Method and Madness stuff because I've heard it's kind of wild, but it's also really expensive. So like for example, the bourbon bars drinking All Force through 1920. I know I like to like expand what I've tried, but I have a hard time sometimes acknowledging that, oh, hey, I'd rather just buy like 1920 instead because I know for sure that's going to be really good.
Yeah.
I have 12, 15, and 21 is cheaper in Canada for them, except I can't get the 12 cash strength. Yeah, the 12 cash strength, that's the one more than any I want to try.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess I wouldn't turn down some of the higher aged ones either. I mean, I wouldn't turn down any whiskey, but the 12 cash strength is kind of like that realistic one that I want to hit because we've tried the 12, we've tried the cash strength. The 12 is more complex, but the cash strength is more aggressive in a way that I like it. So I think that 12 cash strength is going to be that sweet spot for me. But
for sure, I agree.
Do you want to kick off this getting into the Nika / Redbreast with
Sure
sugar cookie? I cut mine in a little tiny section, so it's like less like difficult to work with.
You know, that's actually a pretty smart idea. I did not do that because I wanted it to be presentable.
I'm really smart, man.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck. All right. I don't know how to do this.
I think you should go cookie then whiskey.
Dude, I'm a sucker for sugar cookies. They're just sweet, sugary, baked goodness. I don't know how else to describe a sugar cookie. It's sweet, baked goodness.
Okay. Okay. So
for me, I don't necessarily think that was terrible, but I think we could do better.
Well, I think it's a little difficult. And yes, donuts over cookies, I could actually see being, I don't know. Well, because donuts are just so light and fluffy, they almost like melt away in your mouth. Cookie, I feel like if you got a really crisp cookie, it kind of makes it a little bit harder to really get the whole mix. Like just now when I had this in my mouth, I got a little sugar cookie, and then I got some Redbreast, and I kind of got a little bit of both at the same time, but I really get a good chance to like pair. I don't know about you. What do you think?
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, so for me, cookies are better cold. Donuts are better hot. Like if you could get like a hot Krispy Kreme, those are the shit. 15 minutes later, they're hot garbage.
Yeah, I think that cookies are pretty good hot though too, especially you get a nice little cup of milk with you, you know, and it's just that's good. Okay, so are we now moving on? I just
don't think it mixes very well because for me, the Nika, it's very light, but then at the end, the finish kind of ramps up a little spicy. Where I know the Redbreast doesn't as much, but it still kind of does a little bit.
Well, I think because of the sweetness of the cookie in general, it kind of gives you that feel. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, this is actually the like first spicy bit I've gotten on a Redbreast. So I kind of appreciate that.
I know for tasting like or pairing, you want to either complement or go like complete opposite. Yeah. So I feel like
contradict in every way.
I'm guessing so. Before we get into more, I'm guessing the sugar cookie is going to go best with the rare breed rye or the Ardbeg. I kind of think the Ardbeg is going to go best with it, like that peated Scotch.
Oh, dude, see, I think that the Redbreast and the chocolate chip are going to be like fire together. I think that one's going to be really good just because it's going to have that like bready, chocolatey kind of feel. But it could also go really well with the small batch too, or small batch, we have multiple small batches. It could go really good with the Elijah Craig small batch because it's got so much sweetness to it that it almost make it into like a fruity chocolate chip cookie. So that's what I'm kind of hoping for here, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, the fun one I'm interested to see more about is that gingerbread cookie, but we'll get into that later. Let's run through these. Okay, wait, so 1792 small batch.
With the sugar cookie again. Okay. All right, so.
This is the strangest live we're ever going to do, probably.
Because we're eating.
No, I don't like eating on camera. Oh, you see, I like 1792 small batch better.
Yeah,
because it got nutty.
Yeah,
and it added another level of complexity to like the flavors going on in my mouth.
Well, and you know how sugar cookies kind of end with a little bit more of like a crisp like flavoring. It's not so sweet; it's just more like crisp. That I felt like it did the same thing with the 1792. It started out super sweet, and then it kind of ended with that nutty, crispy, kind of like doughy flavoring. So I like that about.
Yeah, that was nice because it like ramped into like a nutty banana for me.
Yeah.
But it had like, it started off very like creamy vanilla. All right. Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig. Okay.
Oh, that's so good. It's like peanut butter.
Oh yeah, now that you say
it's
it,
like peanut butter covered sugar cookies.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I like that. That's my favorite one so far.
Yeah.
Elijah Craig, best so far. Oh, that's so good.
I definitely. And now that we got that peanut butter note, I really hope that it turns the chocolate chip cookie into a peanut butter chocolate chip cookie. That'd be best.
Oh yes. No, that's a note I've recently started getting heavy on Elijah Craig products is like a natural peanut butter. Yes.
Okay, not like Jiffy, but more like if you had like really thick, like whipped peanut butter.
No, like a natural peanut butter, like one of those where the oils separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I got, like whipped, where like it will actually like separate instead of it being all kind of like, with preservatives and whatnot, it like kind of brings it all together so that it stays as like a one component. But yeah, if you have like a nut butter, you have to usually leave it upside down so that way it mixes a little bit better into everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something like that. You want to get into rare breed?
Rare breed. Now, for anyone in chat, I ask, since this is our first time, what is like the best pairing you guys have ever done? What is something that goes well with whiskey for sure? Because cookies, it seems like right now it's not going bad, but it might also turn really bad in a minute. So I'm curious.
Yeah, for me, I don't necessarily give a shit to pair like food by any means, but I do like to pair cigars and I guess, other whiskeys.
Ooh. See, that was interesting and delicious, actually. At one point, I almost got like a really like it almost came out like gingerbread cookie at one point. So that was nice. It was a little spicy, a little sweet. Definitely had like a weird kind of back and forth combo, but I liked it.
Yeah, very, very strange. I don't know how I feel about it. I thought that one was going to be the best, but it kind of took off down this whole like black licorice note, which didn't fit with the sugar cookie in my mind.
Now, were you getting them mixed together, or is that where the black licorice was coming from, or were you getting the black licorice from the rare breed?
8 years and up. Ooh. Sorry, I was looking at Alex's comment. Yeah, I could totally see like a dark chocolate going good with like, for example, the Knob Creek 12-year.
You're talking like dark chocolate, like when you get like a dark chocolate bar, though, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, he just specified dark chocolate.
Right, but I'm saying like
on the age, so.
Well, but like I don't think he means literally like when you take like 100% dark chocolate that you're going to put into like baking spices, like taking one of those bars of chocolate.
No, not like a baking bar. I'm assuming it's like a 70. The most of them are 78% dark chocolate.
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. What were you saying previously before I sidetracked?
Did you think that the black licorice was coming specifically from the rare breed, or did you think it was coming from the combination of the rare breed and sugar cookie together?
I think it was a combination of them both.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite. I still preferred Elijah Craig better. That being said, it is a second for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not Baker's chocolate.
Okay,
because that's bitter. So you kind of want something a little sweet.
Yeah. Well, so right now I'm going to say that definitely was loving that Elijah Craig with the sugar cookie and then the 1792. And then I don't know about the Redbreast or the Rare Breed. They both had some interesting elements to them, but overall, I think that the Redbreast actually went a little better with it. Because yeah, that like I know we talked about contradicting flavors being something that could be good, but on that last one, it was interesting. But in a way, yeah, like you said, it was very like fighting. There's a lot of going back and forth in it. It's kind of like when we had blend offs that didn't work out, you know, like we're like, okay, not bad, but definitely wouldn't do it again.
Yeah, it goes like vanilla sugar cookie, black licorice, vanilla sugar cookie, black licorice. And those are like two completely different things. Whereas like for example, Alex's suggestion of dark chocolate with high aged bourbon, that those two kind of match because those are deep, dark, dense, rich flavors.
Well,
Irish
thank you for letting us know
cookies
that.
Could mix well. Yeah. So that's the one
that's
note
a thing.
I get.
That's actually, no, that's a thing in England.
Oh, I didn't know that. But that's a note I get really heavy on Irish whiskeys, like the blue tinge sugar cookies, like the butter biscuit cookies. You want to get into the smoky SOB on this one?
Yes. Before we do that, though, at the end of this, because I actually, along with our 3 cookies we have right now, I actually have a dark chocolate cookie that Shelby got. So I'm thinking I might just try the dark chocolate cookie with a little bit of
guys.
Rare Breeder.
What's up?
Let's try.
Got the pot still life in the house.
Cheers. Thank you for joining.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was just saying I'm trying my dark chocolate cookie that Shelby got with either. I don't know which one of these would actually be best to do it. I might try with all of them. I'm going to go through a whole other iteration, dude.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm starting to think I might really, really enjoy peated scotch. I don't understand what it is.
Really,
but like,
really.
Peated scotch just hits differently. Like it's not an every time kind of thing, but right now, currently, that Ardbeg 10 slaps everything I've drank tonight. And that's including the Rare Breed Barrel Proof, which is, or the Rare Breed Rye, which is one of my favorite barrel proof ryes that's like easy to find. I bought a second one. I mean, I got one right here and one right here.
Wow, and you're only what? You still got a third left in that bottle at least.
I have a half left. I thought it was a third. That's why I bought the second because it was at Costco on sale, but it is what it is.
Dude, you should have told me.
Well, like on sale for like $5 less.
Okay.
I guess I probably should have, but sorry about that, bud.
So I got your Christmas present at Costco, and I really hope you didn't see it. You probably did, but I just really hope you don't know what it is.
Well, did you buy it in Phoenix or Tucson?
Tucson. Or no, no Phoenix.
It's probably different. I don't know, dude. There's so much whiskey out there. I'm assuming it's whiskey. Whatever. Let's get into the sugar cookie.
Okay, all right. Sugar cookie and scotch. Let's do it.
Ready?
Okay, see, I gotta say,
I think
peated scotch kind of like completely overshadowed the majority of the sugar cookie until the end on that one.
Yeah, I do agree.
It was like peated scotch and a little sugar cookie at the end.
Yeah, I agree with Alex's comment about I like peated scotch once a week. Bourbon is king, but I do like scotch. Not sure what to pair with peat except for smoked meats, which I kind of agree. That was like so aggressive that it didn't feel like pairing anything with it. It felt like I was eating extra calories while drinking the whiskey.
Basically, yes. But peated scotch is like something that you can totally put along with a cigar, smoked meat.
I do like it with a cigar.
Yeah, or even if you were having like really dried, like overpowering fruit, maybe something like that, something that can add to it, but it's got to have that ability to add to it. Because I mean, it's hard to pair peated scotch. I don't know what kind of like dinner you go to besides barbecue, essentially, with peated scotch. So
the pot still life. If you're still in here, what suggestions do you have for pairing? I know you guys are very heavy into, pairing and stuff. They did one where they, I forgot what the video was, but it was basically like a bitter agent or something where they tried it and they drank a bunch of whiskeys, and it was a really interesting video to watch. They did like pickle pairings and other things like that, or pickle whiskey with it, and it was wild. It was a fun watch.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting.
yeah. I agree. I usually have a cigar when I'm drinking anything peated. If
so
I
you can
did
agree
that,
on
I drink peated scotch probably about, I would say, once a week.
Hey, West Coast Hunter, thank you.
Love the content. Keep it up. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have your suggestions for good pairing with a sugar cookie during Christmas?
Yeah, I'm gonna say definitely go with Elijah Craig because
Elijah Craig
it's
small
good.
batch.
Yeah, it's good. They merge together really well, and they do it in a way that isn't necessarily like there's no big leaps and valleys kind of thing. It's kind of just like a smooth, fully together flavor profile. And I'm not necessarily going to say you should do it all the time, but I mean, if you have a glass of Elijah Craig and you grab a sugar cookie, you might end up liking the two of them together. Yeah, don't do it with peated scotch. Rare breed rye is a hard one to. I feel like that's something you might like try, but I wouldn't say do it all the time. Interesting flavor that you can get out of it, but don't bet on it. But other than that, I mean, 1792 also probably a close second to Elijah Craig, and Redbreast a close third.
Elijah Craig barrel proof. That's so good, dude. That's so good. I didn't want to pull it out.
You should have been pairing that with a sugar cookie, man.
Well, yeah, but I want to make this comparative towards yours, so I'm going to leave that on the side just in case if Elijah Craig is king for this. But Elijah Craig small batch is
Wait, did you try it with a sugar
Elijah
cookie?
Craig barrel proof is here. Yeah.
Oh,
it's so much better.
Well,
yeah, we used the M-berry tablets and tested how it changed different bitter whiskeys. Oh yeah, that was it. It was kind of crazy how it changed the flavors. Yeah, it was a really fun view. What ECPB are you guys drinking, or what are you drinking? I'm assuming. Shit, I'm terrible with names. I forgot his name. I know it's not AJ. AJ is a really simple name.
Steve.
It's another channel with two people. One of them's AJ, the other one's.
Way to leave us hanging, man. Like, what the heck?
I know. Gosh. I'm really bad at this. I mean, you've been friends with me for how many years? You know I'm terrible with names and birthdays and everything else.
Basically, yes. But on that note, also, Will joined us tonight. So thanks for bringing your Japanese whiskey to the channel.
Japanese whiskey. Oh, hey. Yeah. Shit, you came in. Oh, yeah. It's Ryan. LOL. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Ryan. He's fantastic. Both of them are fantastic. I absolutely love them. They live stream tomorrow. I'll be there. Will, in honor of you, I am drinking Nika. Or, well, I was going to drink it whether you were here or not. But, take what you can.
Yeah, exactly right. All right. So we've now gone through...
like that. A121. I was not able to get an A121 this year, but I do have a B521, and that's fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely love that. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, Alec. I apologize. So we both agree Elijah Craig small batch is probably the best one to match with the sugar cookie, just because it brought in that like peanut buttery note that like it complemented it, but it didn't take anything away. Whereas like Rare Breed rye was kind of like aggressively fighting. It was like, we want to be licorice and black pepper. Oh no, we're a sweet sugar cookie. Our bag was overwhelming, and the other two were just kind of underwhelming, I guess.
Yeah. Overall, I mean, I think sugar cookie is probably going to be the least flavor aggressive profile out of the three cookies we chose, just because when you think about chocolate chip and gingerbread, those are a little bit more heavy into their own flavoring.
Yeah, I agree. The Pot Still Life, I love them both. I haven't been able to find the C921 yet. Neither have I. I've been hunting. I've been asking like every 3 days in a Facebook group that's local here if anyone's seen any, because as soon as I see them, I'm going to pick that up, and then I can do a B batch and a C batch from last year's video whenever I get the time to do that. So that's the plan. That being said, chocolate chip cookie or gingerbread next? I'm thinking chocolate chip because it's less aggressive than gingerbread.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of save chocolate chip for the end because I think it's going to be the best. But in case it's not the best, let's do it now.
Yeah.
So
This is
I
a
don't get disappointed.
holiday Christmas cookie episode. Yeah, because
Yes,
it's
that's
in
right.
December. Now we can claim everything's Christmas.
Look, I wore red today, man. You're not even wearing green. We should have coordinated better than this.
Outfit that I wore in back when we batched the advent calendar stuff. I just picked up a Winfield Ply Private Pick Angel's Envy 108 proof. I'm just very curious on how it will be. I have yet to get an Angel's Envy store pick. I know they recently started doing those this year, but I cannot wait till I can get one because I've heard really, really good things about them. And I like the normal one. It's too muted, but you're going to get that when you're dancing that low of proof, more or less.
Fair enough. Also, I forgot to tell you. So one of my coworkers, his friend actually, he put in for the bid on the Pappy Van Winkle 2050?
25 year?
No,
It'd be
the
the
2050.
25 year or 23 year, I think.
No. It was further ahead. It was definitely further ahead, but it was like some like further ahead bottle release. But when he was telling me about it, he said that it was $1,000 down to get the position. He actually got the position, and so then on top of that, $5,000 to actually get the bottle. So in total, spending $6,000 on a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, and you don't even get it for the next 30 years. Can you believe that?
That's not worth it, man.
I have but I mean,
so many different ways I'd rather spend $6,000 today.
Oh yeah, easy.
But you know my opinion about anything Buffalo Trace. I think it's overhyped, over pizzazzed. Like that's why my top 5 list for 2021 is pretty much just going to be whiskeys I found existed in 2021, and then some that actually came out in 2021. Because I don't think I have 5 bottles that even came out in 2021. It's more so things that I've known existed or found out that existed and I tried them. Just like, for example, the Iron Root Harbinger. I did not know that existed until this year, until like a month ago. And that's like probably my favorite bottle I found this year. But,
gotcha.
That's probably not going to make the list.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yep.
All right.
No freaking way, would not do it. Yeah. No.
There is a limit.
On whiskey.
Yeah, there's a limit to having a whiskey obsession, and that is like above the limit officially. So
yeah, I mean, you could probably buy this whole collection and have like this is like more than enough to like explore the craft and like try almost everything. And like this, there's no way this cost even more than like $2,000.
Right.
And this has been over like 2.5 years.
Yeah. So
maybe more like 2.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Somewhere down there.
You're coming up on 2 years.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookies with
chocolate chip cookies.
Your Redbreast and my Nika.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into this.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. I hope you guys can't hear us chewing.
I can probably hear me chewing.
I can hear you chewing. It's kind of freaking me out.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's good. That brings out that chocolate, and it gives you that like really nice like fried bread kind of flavor. But I like that. Oh man, it really brings out that chocolate at the end.
Yeah, I like that because it like complemented just like the sugar cookie did. It complemented the actual cookie dough, but then it kind of like followed that chocolate and it like made it, I don't know, a good way, accentuated it. Would that be a right way to explain it? What? I can't hear you, bud.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I didn't want people to actually hear me chewing once we said that. So
yeah, I should probably mute my. I can do that.
Yeah.
Is that guy on the right flexing? I'm assuming he means you. Yeah, are you trying to flex? I mean, it's just because you're kind of like on the table like that. You're like
here.
Like, You're like, look at my muscles.
The arms.
Okay, no, that was actually really good though. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Oh yeah, no, I as I thought I would. So go. Anyway,
small batch.
Small.
1792.
Wait, no. We went. Oh yeah, 1792.
I love this nose. Like I know it's a $25 whiskey and it tastes about like $25 or yeah, it's around that price point, but like
Just that.
for that, I think it's really good. What?
It's banana nut bread that you love.
Yeah. I just love that like that banana note. I don't know why, but banana notes are my thing. Chocolate chip cookie, 1792 small batch. Yeah, Zachary, do you have any suggestions for food pairing? This is our first time doing food pairing. This is a weird live stream, and we're probably never going to do something along those lines ever again.
Hey, don't be hating, okay? It might work out, all right?
I didn't like this much as the Nika, or your Nika, my red, or my Nika, your red breast. It just like the nuttiness kind of took over around like mid palate, and then it just like killed where the Nika accentuated the chocolate in there. The 1792 small batch, just kind of that nutty note, just killed it. Dots pretzels.
Gotcha.
I can agree. Pretzels are pretty solid. I love pretzels with whiskey. And then dark chocolate. Dark chocolate seems to be the like general like rule of thumb. Dark chocolate for sure. I think Ardbeg would go good with like some beef jerky.
Fair enough. Here, give me 1 second. I'm taking a quick intermission, okay?
Tisk. It's fire pairing. So William says pairing dark chocolate bomb with Nika from the barrel. I really want to try Nika from the barrel. I've yet to get that, but we'll get there one day. Maybe next time you come down and you'll bring that with you. Fire AJ drinking the rest of the Rabbit Hole Derringer. Ryan and company drinking most of it. Oh yeah, that's AJ from the Pot Still Life. Cheers, buddy. Yeah, I know. I think I might get the Derringer myself. I know it's like an $80 bottle, but you talked very highly on it, so I'm kind of game for it. Alex says Booker's and peanut brittle. That sounds pretty solid. I'm game for that because Booker's is along the profile. It's basically like 6-year-old Jim Beam at cash strength. So it's like Knob Creek, younger Knob Creek. That's highly curated, more or less.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never actually had Booker's just because I've heard the last 2 years I've been super into whiskey. I've heard it's not worth the money. So
How much does it cost?
It's like $100 where you can get like a Knob Creek 9-year-old single barrel for like 60 at 120 proof, which is like 9-ish less than, or 9-ish proof less than like a Booker's. So
right.
That's the freaking point.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds a little overrated in a way. I'm glad we're getting all these suggestions though. I feel like this is all good content for this kind of an episode.
Oh, I think I would love this Nika with some sushi.
Now, would you have sushi with what was that other one? What was the first one that you got?
What?
The first Japanese whiskey.
The peated mancho, this stuff?
Yeah, the mancho. Because I actually like that by itself, but I don't know how good it would be paired with. There you go. I don't know how good that would be like paired with sushi. It kind of sounds a little off, but I mean, maybe it's just a Japanese thing and it works no matter what. Yeah, like so does that still work? That's my question.
I hate that Rabbit Hole Derringer is 80, but damn, it is still worth it. We'll need to pick it up with the rest of Rabbit Hole and taste them too. Yeah, that's the reason I haven't gotten any of the Rabbit Hole stuff, is just because it's all a little bit expensive. Once a bottle gets over like $65, $70, $80, I start kind of being like, do we really want to try this?
I mean, you have a couple of bottles that are up in that range. I think that you would just need to hear more good things about it to really kind of solidify that opinion. Also, peated Scotch and charcuterie, that sounds incredible.
Alec, take over. I need to do something. I forgot to fix something, and it's like totally messing everything up. See ya.
Oh man, now you take your intermission. Okay, whatever. No, Pia Scotch and charcuterie. So my fiance Shelby and her family, they love charcuterie boards. So this kind of thing does sound pretty good. If I were to bring a bottle of peated scotch to the table, I think I could actually convince them all to take at least a glass, because yeah, when it comes to a lot of things, like all of your like thinly sliced meat, especially, that would go so good. Some of it smoked, some of it not. But your olives and, like your crackers and your cheeses, like you put hummus in there. You could do a lot of different things because there's so much on a charcuterie board. So I like the idea.
No, I did not forget to turn the oven off, but if you hear that nasty humming in the background, that's my AC that kicked on. And
I was gonna say I can hear that now.
Yeah, I set the AC. So you filmed here, obviously, Alec.
No, never.
It gets
never,
really
no.
hot in here, so I pregame the AC like super low, so then it cool everything down, and then it would just stay there. And then I was going to turn it up. I forgot to turn it up, so now it thinks it needs to keep everything in the house at like 69 or something. So yeah, it'll shut off in like 5 seconds. I'm just going to do less talking.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's not there anymore, so I think we're good. Drinking less than 2 days. Here's a bad think about RH Derringer. We drink it in less than 2 days. Well, for Steven, that probably is a bad thing because it could go that quickly. Huh, buddy?
Yeah, I that's the worst part about getting a new bottle that you absolutely love, especially if it's expensive. No, we're in Arizona. Alec lives in Tucson.
Boys?
I live in Phoenix.
That's right.
Yeah, so back to AJ's comment. Yeah, that's the rough part about finding for me at least, the rough part is like finding a new bottle you love, you want to drink it. So like we open everything, even like the Master's Keep, or like when John bought me a $250 scotch, like we open it all up instantly and we try it. But the worst part of like falling in love with a new whiskey is, especially if it's like over $100 or something, is you want to drink all of it. But once you drink it, you're like, oh, I either have to spend $100 to buy another one, or you won't have it anymore.
But those two bottles specifically, those are the most expensive bottles in the collection, and I think we've done a good job of not drinking them.
Yeah. No, that's because I'll stab you if you drink them. I mean, not really. I remember when we were like just starting off, I was like bottle chugging from the Master's Keep, and I got blitzed off of that, and I kind of regret it because that's expensive.
Yeah, it's not worth getting drunk off of. It's just worth having a sip off of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
we're in Phoenix.
Anyway, let's get back on track.
Yes.
We've been
Elijah Craig time.
Elijah Craig time. I'm excited for this one. Let's go hard. Okay, as expected, peanut butter chocolate chip.
Yeah, I got peanut butter chocolate chip, but I think I still like the Nika better.
I can actually agree with Redbreast. It's good, but there was something about the Redbreast that kind of brought out the chocolate more in this like hitter kind of feel. I love that. This one was like, it was good and it still had good flavor, but it just didn't bring out the biggest thing you would think of.
We got the Pot Still Life's wife in the house. I'm assuming she's your wife, unless if someone just randomly made that up and it's like your stalker. She's the camera woman.
I was gonna say, if that is a stalker, then they'll probably leave the chat immediately. So let's hope it's the wife or the camera woman. Yeah. Either one.
Ooh, I love Elijah Craig Small Batch just on its own, but I think I like the Nika better. So it goes for me currently going into the two expensive ones I guess Nika is also kind of expensive, and so is Redbreast. Well, they're like 60, 70, 80. I lean Nika, Elijah Craig, 1792 small batch.
Yeah, because the 1792 just wasn't really working with it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But yeah, I agree.
Yep, that's what I have to do with all my bottles. Alec comes over to film and he's just like, "Oh, let me try that. Oh, let me try that." And before you know it, I'm out of whiskey.
Dude, I try it the same amount you try it, if not less. I take a sip and I'm like, that was very good. Thank you very much, good sir. And then I go home and you're over here like, it's a night for Master's Keep.
Dude, that Thanksgiving live stream we had was a nightmare. I drink way too much Rare Breed, and I did not have a good morning.
Oh yeah, I even felt pretty freaking hungover, and Shelby can attest to that. I was definitely a little blitzy on that one.
Rare Breed rye and chocolate chip cookies.
All right, I'm down. Let's do it.
Oh, that's nice. It added like a bready and chocolatey note on Rare Breed rye.
Yeah.
So it kept with that like that black licorice, kind of like black pepper note, but it added like a milk chocolate and like a breadiness.
Right. Well, in the same way that the Redbreast 12 brought out that really chocolatey note, Rare Breed did the same thing. More than Elijah Craig. I feel like that the fact that it can extract those flavors, bring them out, and make them more to the flavor profile on hand is really impressive. So I like that. That's what pairing is about, really. So
yeah.
I'm down.
I'm torn, honestly. I don't know if I like the Nico or the Rare Breed better. We're gonna have to A/B them, but let's get into that Ardbeg.
Waste of a chocolate cookie. But okay. I don't think it's gonna go well after the sugar cookie attempt.
I'm gonna have to A/B these. What if the gingerbread goes best with it?
With what? With the scotch?
Yep. Wild Turkey Rare Breed is amazing. Currently, we are drinking the Rare Breed rye. I don't know if you guys are really big fans of rye, but recently, rye has been our jam. I think, honestly, we might be drinking more rye nowadays than bourbon.
No, I think it's about half and half.
Yeah, maybe it's more like half and half. I think I drink about like 40% bourbon, 40% actually more like kind of like 50% bourbon, 40% rye, and then 10% scotch, peated scotch, more or less.
That's fair. I think based on the collection I have, I'd probably drink more like 60% bourbon and then about 30% rye and then about 10% scotch and Irish whiskey.
Yes, I strongly suggest you guys pick up a bottle of the Rare Breed rye. Honestly, would you say, I don't know if I could say it's my
double
favorite
thumbs up.
$60 rare or rye. Because I think it's like 40, it's either 50 or 60.
55.
Okay, 55, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I could say it's my favorite sub $60 rye because you're dealing with things like Willet and I really like the Sagamore ryes a lot. So
yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily say if it's my favorite, but it's probably within the top 5 like readily available sub $60 ryes that are cask strength. It's fantastic.
No, I completely agree. Yeah. Okay, but let's give our opinion of that scotch.
So really quickly, the Pot Still Life. Do you guys find the cookies take any sweetness out of the bourbon? I would say yes. So it kind of deletes the whole, or I don't know. Do you want to say if it takes it away, or just kind of you go from something that's super sweet to the whiskey? So then it just kind of you just don't acknowledge that shift because you're looking at all the other parts that are starting to click that didn't previously click.
So for me, it's yes, it takes away, but it's not necessarily that it takes away from the bourbon in a very like overall way. It's more so like I have lost the oak, I've lost a little bit of the nut, and I've lost mostly that that vanilla-y flavor. Those are the three things that kind of gone away because I know those bottles that we've tried them in, it's gone. The chocolate comes out hard in the chocolate chip cookie. The sugar, like the vanilla sugar, comes out hard in the sugar cookie. and it kind of replaces some of those flavors. So I'm guessing that for whatever reason they have the bigger, like the more sensors in our bodies to collect them or whatever it is, but it's not necessarily like an overall flavor profile. It's just specific flavors.
Okay, yeah, I would relatively agree, and I do agree with your previous statement. Let's kick Ardbeg to the porch. It's not pairing good with anyone.
I didn't get anything.
I got smoke. I got smoke and fire. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones recently. I'm like rewatching the whole series.
Oh yeah.
And this
is what season are you on?
I think I'm on like season 5 or whatever. I don't know why I'm torturing myself because I know after season 6 I'm gonna hate it. Like season 6, season 7, the last season's hot garbage. Yeah. But I guess I ran out of good shows recently.
Have you watched? Wait. Have you watched Yellowstone?
No. Well, dude. I don't have. Where's it on?
It's on Peacock.
Yeah, I don't have Peacock.
I'll give you my Peacock account. Okay.
Okay. I mean, you have all my other accounts, so
I have your Hulu. I have your Hulu, and that's it.
Okay?
And I don't even use your Hulu.
VOHFYI. Not a clue what that means.
Very out of hell.
Maybe. But yeah, Ardbeg, I think we kick that to the curb.
No. I think there's still a possibility with gingerbread.
You want to try it with the gingerbread?
Yes, I do. Okay, just in case. All right, just in case.
Okay. Well, F it. Let's do it. Okay. We're at 51 minutes. Nailed it. Not sure what he's talking about, but F yeah. Is it weird that like we'll naturally like you guys know my background. I'm military. Me and Alec, we are very vulgar people, but like for some reason online and on our edited videos, I just cut out all cuss words because it's easier. But like for some reason, I don't want to say
Alex VOH.
I really need to find out what VOH means.
View of head. I feel like I should know now because he's talking about me, but I don't know what's going on here. Are you talking about this or this? What? I need confirmation. Okay, give me the definition. I'm lacking, and I'm sorry, but what branch? Oh yeah, Steve. What branch?
I'm Army Reserves. Zachary, you, from what you've talked in chat in our conversations, I feel like you're Marines all the way. I'm very confident in that.
I hope you're wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I just can't cuss in chat. I mean, I just can't cuss online. Or, well, I guess that's not really a problem because nailed it again. F it. Let's just get on to this gingerbread cookie. Wait. I need to side by side these. I need to side by side Rare Breed, Rye, and Nika.
For the chocolate chip?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to do that with you, actually. Okay.
Hell yeah. Zach, thank you for, your service. Killed it. I've worked with a lot of Marines.
Thank you, Zach.
Really cool guys. I mean, most of them were IT guys because, well, I do SATCOM for the military. So take that as you will.
Navy concurs. All right, Will, whatever you say, bud. Man, dude, you're totally right, though. I can tell between Rare Breed Rye and the Redbreast. They're both really good.
This might be my favorite chat of all time. Alec, did you see Zach's
I do see
chat? It. My first pairing was Jack and Crayons.
Hey, man.
Crayons? Crayolas? Crayons?
Crayons?
Do you pronounce it crayons or crayons?
Crayons.
Okay, cool. I was about to think you were weird.
Come on, we're not educated up in here. Let's go.
I'm leaning Rare Breed Rye.
I agree.
I'm going Rare Breed, Nika, Elijah Craig, 1792 small batch, and then Ardbeg 10 as last and certainly least.
I can agree with you on that. My only comment, though, is that, at least with Redbreast, the chocolate chip just comes out so good in that finish. It's really good. It's better than it is with Rare Breed, but the overall the flavor profile from the palate on Rare Breed's better.
Okay. Yeah, Nika's a little bit more aggressive than Redbreast 12 is, though. So our answers aren't always going to line up.
Right. And that's okay. Okay.
All right. You ready to kill some Ginger Man?
Yeah. So I can't tell. Well, I already ripped up one of these guys, but so my gingerbread cookies are cute and lovely and delicious. But Shelby said that one of them looked.
Did Shelby bake them for you?
She did. Well,
yours are probably way better than mine.
No,
these are all store-bought garbage.
No, they're not home baked. They are definitely straight from the store. But when she was putting them together, she's like, "Look, this one, and then there's a lady gingerbread, and then there's this one." And she gave me this little one that looked retarded or something like that. I can't tell, but she told me that it was a little bit deformed, and I was like, "Okay, well that's great. I'm glad I've got the messed up one." So I'm trying to figure out which one that is right now. They both are just gingerbread people. Like a pop.
Yes. Jesus. Well, all right. Okay. Gingerbread cookies.
That's what's left of him. Anyway. Okay. All right. Let's go. All right. Redbreast first, or
yep. For you, Nika Redbreast.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. That didn't really match, in my opinion. Like, it's not bad.
So for me, I almost got like a really nice like gingerbread like latte maybe kind of feel for a minute there. Maybe that's just because of the Redbreast, but it came out a little bit more on the coffee side. I mean, you have a Nika coffee, so I wonder if you're getting the same thing or not. But
well, coffee doesn't mean coffee. That was my biggest disappointment when Will came down here. I bought this bottle and I thought it was going to taste like coffee, and then we tried it and I was like, God damn it. And then I did some research and I was like, oh, that tracks. That makes sense why it doesn't taste like coffee. But I really thought it was going to taste like coffee just off of the name solely. I mean, they definitely spelled coffee wrong, but you know, I'm dyslexic.
Well, I think that's why it doesn't taste like coffee, you know?
Yeah, well, it's named off of the still that it's made in, so
right.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm going to say it's not bad. Like I said, it's got
bad.
that.
It's just not.
It's got that peppermint. Like, I'm not going to say peppermint mocha, but like a peppermint latte kind of feel to it because it has a coffee flavor in there, and I kind of dig it. But it's not as good as it could be. I'll put it like that. All right.
Yeah, I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it either. I'm just not loving it. So far, like for example, the sugar cookie with Elijah Craig, I love that. The chocolate chip
Rare
with
Breed
rye, I thought that was fantastic.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff. Easy.
Zach. So WFA Bartman, also known as William. Or Will, I would not trust him even remotely near me for any sort of medical attention ever in my
I don't know what you're
life.
talking about, man. He is literally talking about popping multiple IVs on the people in need because they were either hungover or drunk. So I would trust him.
He's giving us fentanyl lollipops. So
that too.
Yeah. I'm there.
I trust him all the way.
Like seriously, if I like got shot or something and I wound up in the doctor's office and he was there, I'd be like, nah, fam. Just like Will, or I mean, not Will, just like Cole. If I'm ever in Afghanistan again and I look at the pilot in front of me and I see Cole smiling back at me going like, I'll be like, no, dude, I'm out. I'm taking the next bird. I'll wait another 5 hours in HKIA. I mean, I guess we closed down Afghanistan, but that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about cookies and whiskey.
Yes. All right. So do you want to go to
1792 small batch?
Let's do it.
Mm.
I mean,
I like it better than Nika.
Really? For me, I got like little to no change in flavor profile, actually.
Yeah, little to no, but it added a nuttiness to it that made it a little bit more interesting.
There was a little nuttiness, and then kind of like mid to end of the palate, there was I don't know. It was gingerbready, but it wasn't gingerbread. It was kind of like some weird mix of banana gingerbread, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it was like an earthy ginger.
Yeah, I'm not big on it.
No, I didn't. And what if like none of our whiskeys match with this? Then we're gonna have to start deep diving your collection and my collection.
All right, fair enough. Let's do it.
Elijah Craig, small batch.
Elijah Craig, small batch.
So that's my favorite so far.
Okay.
Because it's like a gingery peanut butter.
Yeah, it has like
milk chocolate.
It's got like a refreshing note to it, which is kind of interesting.
Well, isn't ginger kind of refreshing?
Yes, but when I think of gingerbread, I think of something of it being like sugar hopped, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I guess you're eating more gingers or whatever, gingeries, gingy papa.
The little
so we have different
man.
We have different gingerbread, so that could obviously play a big factor because I'm still digging that red breast with the gingerbread man. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess I don't have red breast, so I can't speak on behalf of any of that. I just thought Nika kind of matched the best I had that matches an Irish whiskey. I was in Cobble, so I don't know what I can speak on behalf of any of that, so I'm just not going to.
Probably.
Yeah, I was in Cobble and Bagram. I was shortly in Bagram. I was like in between Bagram and Cobble and everything around the Cobble area, more or less. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. So far, I'm leaning Elijah Craig, 1792 small batch, and then Nika. Just because I'm not a big fan. Like, it's progressively getting more and more interesting with the pairing as we go up whiskeys that I think are more interesting. Because Nika, I think, is great, but compared to like a bourbon, I think I like 1792 small batch better than Nika.
Okay. See, I think that there's a big difference on this one between the red breast and the Nika because so far red breast is my favorite. And then it goes Elijah Craig and then it goes 1792. Also, Mr. Whiskey Shits, good to have you back. Cheers, good sir.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are in chat and watching, which I know, if you guys probably are, you're already subscribed to Livewire Whiskey, but if you are not yet, check them out. Mr. Whiskey Shits, he is one of their, what would he be called? Like co-host? Yes. Him and Stahl. They're fantastic. They're putting together an advent calendar that's been fun to drink along with. I'm currently nosing the High West Double Rye store pick that's finished in. Can I do this? Focus.
I don't know. Can you?
Oh, shit. Syrah barrels for a year and 3 months. This was the first double rye store pick I had, and this kind of sent me down the trail of High West store picks and double ryes. I was at Leatherneck and Surrounding. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but I'm sure I know someone who has been there. Oh, this is such a good store pick, too. I freaking love wine finished double ryes. Yeah, they had a live with the Bourbon Junkies last night, and I didn't actually get to rewatch it this morning because work was kind of busy, but he got his cheeks clapped.
How lovely.
Mm.
All right. So we've got left the
Craig, right?
Noah.
We just finished Elijah Craig, correct?
Oh yeah, yes, we have Rare Breed Rye and Noah. Okay.
Rare Breed Rye. Let's do it. Gingerbread, little gingy man with Rare Breed Rye.
Okay.
Mr. Jeez.
Mr.
Words. Mr. Whiskey Shits. He says, I love a good cheek clapping. Zachary Jones. Over and out.
Okay. So real quick. I can say the biggest thing on the gingerbread mixed with Rare Breed Rye, it almost tasted hotter. Do you agree? Like as if somehow proof got increased for whatever reason.
I don't think it drinks any hotter than it already is.
Okay. I got a little hot. But I think it might also be that like really floral, it might have like increased that floral note to where it just kind of spiked up in some kind of weird way. So, but overall, it's not bad. It's different. It's good-ish. Not my favorite though.
I'm leaning Rare Breed Rye is my favorite. It's complementary to the ginger spice. So it's like black licorice, black pepper, slightly floral, slightly like citrusy, but then it's bringing a nice like bready ginger note all the way through. And like almost like a cinnamon spice along with the ginger note.
Okay.
I'm leaning Rare Breed Rye matches best with it.
Really? Okay. I mean, I definitely agree that ginger note sits in there and it does kind of give it, I was going to say like a lemon ginger kind of like almost like a lemon ginger tea. And I kind of appreciated that in a way. Oh yeah. Hey, thanks for joining, dude. Cheers to you.
Yeah, we will see you, or at least I will see you guys tomorrow on your live stream.
I will try.
But yeah, so far I'm leaning like in order of how we approach this, which is Rare Breed Rye, Elijah Craig small batch, 1792 small batch, and then Nika coffee grain.
Okay. Well, we still have one more to try with it.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I know it's gonna be rough, dude.
This feels like what you said last round. It feels like a waste of cookies.
It kind of does.
I mean, I don't really give a shit about these cookies. I can't tell you the last time I had cookies in my house. I went out of my way to buy these cookies today.
It's the holiday season. So we're gonna do it, all right? Just because we can, all right? So we're gonna put this gingerbread cookie with that Ardbeg.
Nope. It's not good, dude.
No.
You can't even pretend that's
good.
No,
it's not.
It just doesn't mix well. Like, I'm not saying the gingerbread cookie's bad or the Ardbeg's bad, but as soon as the Ardbeg is introduced, it just takes over everything.
Yeah, there's like a moment in the very, very beginning where it's gingerbready, and then it's like smoke.
Zachary Jones suggests to pair that trash can with that Ardbeg.
Well,
he is a known hater of the smoked scotches. Yeah, honestly, I think you'd have to find something that is already kind of smoky or like meaty or like briny to go with a peated scotch.
Yeah, like I would almost say like if you ever had like a smoked brine shrimp or like just brine shrimp in general, Steve?
No.
So it's stinky and smelly, but it also has like a smoky element to it. And I think in that way it could be not terrible.
Okay.
But I'm also not. I'm not saying that like there's like we already talked about. Smoke goes really. It fits into a small margin of different flavor profiles. So
yeah. You know what I think would pair really good with the Ardbeg would be, or like an Ardbeg or a peated Scotch along the same lines, would be in Mexico. Remember like the bacon wrapped shrimps?
yeah, I
Yeah,
could
I
see
think
that.
that
That
would
would be
go
kind of
really good
good.
because the shrimp's kind of like it's like seaweedy, salty, kind of like seafood esque, and then the bacon's kind of like smoked meat.
Right.
I think that would go really, really good with that.
That's fair. I'll give you that, bud. I'll give you that. No, no.
Cool.
Overall, I mean, I think that for our first pairing, I think that in the holiday season, especially, this wasn't a bad call. I think that with each of our three cookies, we did not very bad at all, especially when it comes to the Elijah Craig with our sugar cookie. And then I think we can both agree that the chocolate chip cookie went good with one of our whiskeys. So not
Yeah,
bad.
I think the best pairing we've had all night was Ardbeg with the chocolate, or not, well, as I was.
I was
Rare
gonna
Breed
say, what are you
Rye.
talking about, man?
Yeah, no, sorry. We were talking about Ardbeg, and then I was reading comments, and
Shibida,
I
shibida,
just
shibida.
so Rare Breed Rye with the chocolate chip cookie was the best, which this was supposed to be a holiday cookie themed esque
It's
tasting.
holiday-esque.
So, take it as you will. But
Okay,
yeah,
chocolate chip cookies are 12 months out of the year, 366 days. Okay.
365, dude. You're the math major. You
No,
should know this.
no, 366. Okay, it leaps. All right, I would never turn down a chocolate chip cookie.
Storytime,
But
also known as Lord Schlong, also known as Shane, says, "Let's go, mophobes."
let's go.
Cheers. We appreciate your support.
Thank you.
So yeah, honestly, I think I could say my favorite was Rare Breed Rye overall as just a pairing whiskey, which we could go down the rabbit hole of just pairing whiskey with every single whiskey we have here. One thing I want to do, so our stream that's going to be the 22nd, so like the week of Christmas. We're gonna go down my list of, so the list I made for whiskeys for the holidays or the winter. So I poured you samples for that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go down that. We should do, on top of that whole like doing just a flight and doing tasting notes of that, we should do a tasting of
Also,
like a candy cane
story
pairing
time.
with that.
It's not just you. Steve's looking a little pixelated right now.
Oh, well, I hope not.
You're a wee bit pixelated.
Am I really pixelated? Damn.
Yes, but you're also
I hope I don't
your
have to
audio is
upgrade my
good.
internet. Yeah, well, at least there's
My
one
internet's
thing.
better than Steve's. Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of cheap when I set up my internet. I might have to upgrade it now that we're starting the live stream. Well, sorry about being pixelated. We shouldn't be pixelated, but
You're a pixie dust boy, huh?
ooh, yeah, I'm looking on. Yeah, I'm totally pixelated. That's not good looking. Well, it is what it is, gentlemen. I don't know how to solve this in the current moment, so we're just not going to try.
Yes, but on top of that, I know that Steve's planning on coming down in 2 weeks, and so we're going to do a couple of episodes at my place. That'll be a little bit of a new thing for us, so we'll definitely have some good times there. But no, I think pairing cookies and whiskey wasn't honestly like it. I think I'm going to say it's a success. We did what we thought would be a good mix of a little bit of food pairing and our good old fashioned whiskey. So not mad.
I hate that I'm being compared to the Dan Shook. I mean, I do and I don't because they're probably my favorite like channel in the whole whiskey tube community, but that Dan Shook internet. I mean, from looking on another screen, Jesus, I do have pretty rough looking internet. I wonder if it's because let me.
Yeah, get off that Wi-Fi, bro. Get off that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, let me see if Olivia's on that Wi-Fi.
She probably is.
That's probably why.
Heath
She's
Bar
on
cookies
she's
and
on a
good
FaceTime call. I can hear her.
Damn. Okay.
Heath
Not bad,
Bar
not bad.
cookies and a good 8+-year-old bourbon barrel proof. So good. Oh, that sounds really, really good.
Actually, okay. So for those of you who are wondering if you stayed here this long, this is my dark chocolate peppermint chocolate cookie. And I'm absolutely about to try it with all of these. In case you're wondering.
Yeah, so Olivia's on FaceTime right now and it's crashing my internet.
Well, man, you can't be mad about that, can
No,
you?
I just asked her if she can disconnect. So we'll see if she accepts
what if this is an important call, Steve?
Yeah, I
what
might
if
be
this
sleeping
means
on
the
the couch
world?
for all I know, but it is
Oh
what
my
it is.
God.
Yeah, Heath Bars. So Heath Bars they're like that chocolate. It's like a caramel nougat with like chocolate covering all over it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that sounds really freaking good. Yeah, my internet looks like hot garbage. Peppermint and bourbon doesn't sound good at all. Yeah, that's kind of why I want to do so. Our final live stream, or I don't know if it's our final live stream, but our final live stream before Christmas, we should take the 6 whiskeys, or I think it's 7 holiday themed whiskeys that I made the list of previous this year. We're gonna do that, and we should get candy canes and do like a pairing with those because it's probably going to turn out horrendous.
Probably.
And I'm game for some very bad content for us means good content for you guys. So anything for you guys. Call her and hang up. Oh yeah, I wish I could. Mr. Whiskey.
Wait, so as I'm going through this dark chocolate cookie, this peppermint dark chocolate cookie, Steve, if you had to suggest two of the top two, what are the top 2 cookie whiskey pairings you would grab from tonight?
For dark chocolate peppermint, like a dark chocolate peppermint bar.
No. I'm trying that right now, but I want to know what your list is right now from the chocolate, gingerbread, and sugar cookie.
Okay, so my overall list out of the whiskeys we tried,
just give me give me top 3. Top 3.
So top 3 whiskeys. So top 3 whiskeys or top 3 whiskeys for cookies?
Top 3 whiskeys for cookies.
Okay. I guess that's the same thing. What the hell am I talking about? I'm a hot mess. So Rare Breed Rye, Elijah Craig, and then I would go the Nika Coffee Grain. So Nika Coffee Grain is just very neutral. It's not aggressive in one way or another, so it didn't really add much, just kind of accentuated what was already there. So like for the sugar cookie, it made it extra sugary. For the chocolate chip cookie, it made it extra chocolatey. For the gingerbread cookie, it was just kind of like, hey, we're ginger, we're here. So it was like, it was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it worked. Elijah Craig, I really liked that one for the sugar cookie.
That was like a good baseline for all 3 cookies, I say.
Yeah. It added so much peanut butter to it. So much peanut butter. It was really good. Whereas like the Rare Breed Rye was like, it was fighting it because it was a little bit too much of an alternative or too much of an aggressive alternative flavor profile. And then the gingerbread, I ended up saying that it went best with the Rare Breed Rye, but so I definitely suggest Elijah Craig, Rare Breed, or Nika Coffee Grain whiskey. I'm sure there's way better offerings out there. Those are just the ones that we happen to have mutually together, or we had similar type things. So the reason I pulled out Nika was because you had the red breast. So I kind of wanted something that wasn't just like a bunch of different bourbons.
Well, honestly, I think that our whiskey lineup, even though it was kind of botched together, was pretty good as far as diversity, because we had 2 bourbons, 1 rye, 2 a Scotch, and a Japanese whiskey / Irish whiskey. So I think that in terms of our overall spectrum, we did a pretty good job there. And I'm about to try the last one, but I'll tell you right now, based on the dark chocolate peppermint cookie, $17.92 may be the winner for the dark chocolate. It's really good, actually.
Is it because it's adding like a nutty aspect? Have you tried it with the Elijah Craig? Because I feel like the Elijah Craig adds that peanut buttery note way better.
No, I even tried it with Elijah Craig, but for some reason, the like banana nut mixed with the peppermint chocolate, where it's that like 5 gum kind of feel, is a really good balance
of
everything.
All the senses.
All the senses.
All right. So story time, also known as Shane, says also Whiskey Hat, peanut butter M&Ms and MGP bourbon 5 years plus. Fire. I have some small back or some smoke wagons. So I don't have peanut butter M&Ms, but I have chocolate chip cookies. I'm in it.
Damn, Steve, way to just down that.
This is where like live streams go off the rails. I end up drinking too much. Libby gets pissed off.
Well,
Am I still pixelated?
Now. No, you're good now.
Oh yeah, she must have gotten off the internet. Yeah, it must have been her getting on the FaceTime call while connected to our Wi-Fi. I gotta upgrade our Wi-Fi. Gotta spend more money. Totally need to try M&Ms and bourbon. Why does that sound so good right now? That's exactly where I'm at. I'm going to the closest thing, which is a chocolate chip cookie.
Dude, screw that. I would just go straight to Reese's peanut butter cups. I like that. Mixed with a little bit of Elijah Craig. Bomb.
Ezra Brooks and dark chocolate s'mores pairing sounds fantastic.
That actually does sound pretty damn good. Thank you, Will.
Peanut, yes. Correction. Storytime says peanut, not peanut butter. Silly, because I'm a freaking idiot.
I mean, you are stupid.
I don't know how to read. That's really good, though. Ooh.
Now, going back to the top 3 bourbons we would suggest for pairing with Christmas cookies, I actually agree with you. I think the Rare Breed comes in on top.
Pair overall. Smoke Wagon.
Oh,
I think
really?
it needs to be non-offensive. I think this goes better with the chocolate chip cookie than like.
I love how you put up the glass as if you were going to say that the Smoke Wagon.
I meant to grab the chocolate chip cookie, but
no. You went Smoke Wagon goes go to a Smoke Wagon.
Does it not?
I mean, yes. But no, I think that from the bottles we tried tonight, absolutely go with a little bit of Rare Breed Rye. And then for me, honestly, I would actually say a definite second is the Redbreast 12. And then Elijah Craig. Maybe that's just because the Redbreast 12 is a good pair with a lot of these other cookies. Better than the Nika coffee. But overall, I feel like we were both in the same kind of section together. So good stuff. I can't hear you, Steve.
I muted myself so I wasn't like chewing on audio. So from the ones we went over previously, I would say my leads go to Rare Breed Rye, then Elijah Craig Small Batch, and everything else we tried. I can't really confidently say that. Nika's kind of non-offensive, so it's not great. But after trying Smoke Wagon, I can almost assure you that what Storytime said previously, which if you guys haven't checked out Storytime, I mean, we got 5 people in chat. So if you 5 people aren't already subscribed to Storytime, what the hell are you doing with your lives? Storytime is fantastic. They're a distillery or a culmination of people who are about to build a distillery and do like picks and stuff of that nature through online. It's basically just a bunch of like whiskey YouTubers coming together to essentially create a distillery funded by the people for the people in a way. Currently, they're kind of at the startup phase, and they're doing a lot of store picks, which Storytime in the chat, I'm assuming it's Shane. also known as Lord Schlong. I'm assuming,
I actually love the Lord Schlong handle, by the way.
Yeah, correct me,
Lord
please.
Schlong.
I do not want to slander your guys' name. Currently, we are at NDP. Okay, we are start distilling in the spring. I'm excited for that. Yeah, so we are actually a part of their club. We're at the entry phase because, well, we're poor. But we're doing wonderful things. So if you're in chat and you haven't checked them out at storytime.com. Lord Schlong, aka Shane. Shane, yes. Shane, I love your old name. I know you're like Storytime. That's the reason I started doing
it's Lord Schlong
in Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. That way, like, it kind of gets our name out there a little bit more. But I just love Lord Schlong. It's such a great name. But yeah, they're a bunch of wonderful people trying to do great, amazing things, and it's fantastic. And so glad to be a part of them, or part of their group or team or whatever. Where did I go for a second? I was just, whatever.
You're doing.
So I do think something like a less aggressive flavor profile will work out best. So the Nico or the Redbreast 12 might be too little.
Well, see, now I want you to actually try Redbreast 12 with some of these cookies, because I feel like the flavor profile difference made a very big difference in our opinions, because I honestly put Redbreast over, well, Elijah Craig, first of all, but I actually put it over Rare Breed in one or two of these different cookies. So I want you to see the difference itself. So that's something we're going to have to look into, because overall, good pairing and better description from what we usually do. I mean, I don't know that we do whiskey here and all that shit, but I think that it was a good, like, avenue to take differently from where we're at now.
Yeah. So overall, from what we've suggested, you suggest what? Elijah Craig, Rare Breed, Rye, and honestly, if I had to suggest one, I would say the Nika and the Redbreast, or the Elijah Craig small batch.
I would say
the Rare Breed Rye was a little too aggressive. Because, like, on the sugar cookie, it absolutely killed it. So I don't think it's necessarily like a good suggestion as like if you want to pick any sort of like whiskey to match with it. I don't think it matches very well with like any cookie or anything.
I'd say that, Rare Breed can have like an overwhelming effect. So I think that Elijah Craig would take the hat, like, overall. I think that's like number one as far as everyone in three.
Just like nondescript best. Cookie doesn't matter.
Yes. Out of the three cookies that we tried, I would say Elijah Craig.
So what about your peppermint dark chocolate cookie? Because I'm curious about that. You haven't talked a lot on that. I want to hear what your things are. And I know we're a little bit over time, and I hope Shelby's okay with it. 1792 small batch?
That, out of all of them, was actually the best, which I'm like really surprised by. For whatever reason, the 1792 small batch was really, really good. So Redbreast 12 was a close second. I will say that. But the 1792 small batch.
Elijah Craig?
No. I mean the Redbreast 12.
No. After the Redbreast 12, that was followed by Elijah Craig, correct? Ardbeg's pretty much fallen off the map. Don't try to mix cookies with Ardbeg. It's not good.
Yes, definitely. The Elijah Craig and the Rare Breed were probably like comparable. Like, they weren't better or worse, but I'm telling you, like, when it comes to that dark chocolate peppermint, these are the two bottles that are the best. I don't know why, but 1792 is definitely better overall. It had like this really, really tasty. It wasn't even like a banana flavor, actually. No banana nut. It was almost like this super like bittersweet chocolate. Like, the chocolate, especially chocolate, was just like the whole flavor profile. A little bit of nut, a little bit of banana, a little bit of oak, but like overall it was fantastic. So I loved the 1792. So that's my opinion there.
Overall, what was your favorite pairing of the night? So not nondescript. I think we both agree Elijah Craig was the best just generalized bottle, which we didn't deep dive anything more than 6 bottles. And one of them was a throwaway, being a peated scotch that we both absolutely love. But like we both agree, it kind of goes with like seafood and meats. Yes. It doesn't go with desserts.
No,
but like, so overall, what was your favorite pairing of the night? Cookie and specific whiskey.
See, I'm honestly torn because Elijah Craig did really good with a lot of bottles. And I don't know if this is just the big difference between Nika and Red Breast 12, but I would seriously say like those are the two. I would say overall Elijah Craig, but like in general, Red Breast 12 definitely had its own, like I would say it's like close second, very close second. This was really good tonight. I actually loved it. This is probably the most fun I've had with an Irish whiskey in a long time.
Okay, so I'll reword my original question. What was your favorite specific pairing? So cookie with whiskey.
Okay. Favorite pairing, I say it was either the Red Breast, or no, sorry, Red Breast 12 with the chocolate chip cookie, or the Rare Breed with the sugar cookie. Those are the two that I think were like phenomenal.
Rare Breed with a sugar cookie?
Yeah.
I hated Rare Breed with the sugar cookie. I thought it was funky. Like, it was battling with it.
Sorry. I mean Rare Breed with the chocolate chip, actually. Chocolate chip went best with both of these.
Okay. I would agree. I think the chocolate chip cookie overall as a cookie did the best with pairing with every single whiskey. I think it matched and worked with every whiskey except for the peated scotch. Gingerbread, Elijah Craig, not Elijah Craig, Rare Breed rye all the way. Rare Breed with the chocolate chip cookie I also thought was best. But I think my favorite pairing of the night would be the sugar cookie mixed with the Elijah Craig small batch. There was just something about that like took over, where it's like a sugar sweet cookie mixed with just like like if you took this cookie right here and you just smothered it with peanut butter and you just ate the crap out of it. It was fantastic and I absolutely loved it. It was simple, not overly complex. It was just easy, accessible, and just overall really good. Like it wasn't anything to tear apart.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Rare Breed with the chocolate chip was really good. I think that it's hard to say because both of these bottles went really well with all of our cookies. Pun intended. But I think that it was like
except for this crashed and burned on the sugar cookie.
Yeah, that was the only
That was
setback.
Not good.
But I think overall, like, well, if you put it even in that way, I think Elijah Craig did the best overall. But I think that when it comes to Rare Breed, it did a very close second. So not bad.
Glad we did this. Wasn't on our list, but thanks to Store Time, MGP. I think Buffalo Trace and MGP would go really, really well with pairing with cookies. I know we didn't deep dive this tonight, and Alec doesn't really have any Buffalo Trace products or any MGP products for that matter, but this one specific Smoke Wagon, which is a very stereotypical MGP bourbon that's like blended, I think it matches really well. It's fantastic. Absolutely loved it.
Keep a couple cookies, and I'll try it next time.
Yeah, that just goes really well because it accentuates the spicy notes on the MGP bourbon. It's like the spicy cinnamon notes on that bourbon kind of jump out on the sugar cookie. I think I like the small batch with the sugar cookie better than I like the Elijah Craig with the sugar cookie. And the Elijah Craig with the sugar cookie was my favorite one.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I'd have to compare them side by side, but I'm digging her. But yeah, overall, what is that? Why would you just decapitate it? Ketamine and whiskey is a universal cure-all. William. I don't disagree, but I also don't condone ketamine because that's dangerous shit right there, buddy. But yeah, overall, I think so. This is our first deep dive into pairing whiskey with like anything outside of me just smoking cigars with whiskey, which it's usually just like smoking a cigar doesn't really work if you're not drinking whiskey.
Naturally.
So that's just kind of like a natural thing. But like pairing overall, I think this kind of went better than I thought it was. Yeah. I expected the Ardbeg to perform better. I was really hoping that smoke wouldn't overwhelm everything, but the smoke just like, it was like, oh, you thought there was a sugar cookie here? No, just kidding, it's smoke. Oh, you thought there was a gingerbread cookie? No, it's just smoke. Like everything just became like peated smoke.
Smoke.
Yeah, super disappointing because I was really hoping for like a gingerbread that had like a peated smoke accent to it, but you know, you can't always get what you want, man.
That's right.
Overall, I think it went well, and we do have a solid suggestions from chat in regards to things to pair moving forward. I would love to pair a Twinkie. Just from me personally, I think Twinkies are weird and fun to eat. So like,
see, I want to do like smoked brisket and then like a maybe even a LaFord 10.
Yeah,
just because of the smoky flavor. I want to know how good it pairs.
Well, I'm talking about for like future video ideas.
Wait, yeah.
I mean, we could always do that from your house. Just you smoke a brisket. I'll bring the whiskey. Yeah. And what Zachary Jones just said, dark chocolate truffles, dark chocolate, literally anything sounds fantastic.
Yes, with bourbon.
You're like, you're pulling at me, man. I'm the one with the weird hand gestures and shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, he's in the lines. He's definitely a winner. Hiya.
Yeah, so chocolate for sure. I definitely want to try mixing meat with a peated scotch because I haven't had any luck. I live in an apartment, so we don't have a smoker or anything like that. So as soon as I buy a house and I can install a permanent bar without a bookshelf and shit, I'm buying a smoker, and then we're gonna start pairing meats with smoke and smoked whiskey.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would love to explore smoked whiskeys with smoked meats, dark chocolate with whiskeys overall. And I think Twinkies just because they're fun to freaking eat.
All right, Twinkie boy.
Two primary strong flavors can fight each other. Yes. I agree. That's why we need to do this more to get better at it.
Yeah. But that's a whole nother section of like flavor profiling and whiskey in general. So we have a lot to read up on. But overall, I think we did good. For our first pairing in the holiday season, I think we did good.
Sugar cookies and Elijah Craig go really well together.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Alec. So it's coming to that time of the night. We need to close this SOB out. Do you have anything left to say to chat before we close her out?
Drink your whiskey, get your cookies, get your hot chocolate, and let us know if you find anything that's just...
Yeah, and on my closing out of this, I want to formally extend my thanks to you guys, saying, I love you guys. Thank you so much for showing up and participating in our live stream. I know we're probably far from the greatest channel on YouTube, but we put in the work and we appreciate all the support we get back from you guys. And it was fun. I enjoyed going through all these cookies and these whiskeys with you all. So cheers, y'all. We'll see you later in the next live stream. Next Wednesday, 6:30 Mountain Standard Time.
Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. We're done.
Cheers.